Hi guys, thank you so much for coming back for another video. I'm about to step on some toes, and you know what? I don't care. It needs to be said. Lately, I've been seeing a few women coming on here and they pretty much bragging about they got all of these kids with different daddies and how much stamps that they get. It ain't nothing cute about that. It's nothing to brag about. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, exposing yourself like that. I would be ashamed. I remember years ago, I was somewhere and I mentioned that I've never been on welfare, and they literally tore my head off. Why? I worked for the state for 10 years, and part of that time, I had to send out letters for women to come in to look for work or to go to school when they had different programs. These women would call and be upset because they had to come in the office and look, well, I got kids, I can't come in. And I says, I have a child too. That ain't no excuse. He's in daycare or at school. That's not an excuse just because you have kids that you can't do anything. And it's sad when they sitting on their butt or they're getting pregnant so they can collect child support and thinking that that's something big, all the daddies on child support. Okay, that might be all glamorous right now, but I'm going to tell you a couple of stories. Years ago, on my husband's side of the family, one of the young ladies, she was married. And then her and her husband, they separated and got divorced. Well, when me and my husband separated, I would loan her my car from time to time, and I was talking to her about my little escapades with my little friend. A friend of the family on his side, she came to me and she told me, she says, she's coming back and she's telling all of your business, and they're laughing and everything. And I was like, really? I stopped dealing with her. I'm loaning you my car, you're keeping my car all day, a brand new car at that. And you're talking about me behind my back and hee and ha, but you need my car to go do your laundry, go grocery shopping and this, that, and the other. Now, she had 2 kids, but let me tell you what she did. She wasn't working. When her kids got up in age to where she was almost off of welfare, she purposely went and got pregnant just so she can keep some benefits coming in. She happened to come to one of the programs that we were running, and she thought because I was there and I was the person over getting them ready and everything, oh, she's trying to talk to me and thought I was going to show favoritism. I ignored the hell out of her. I act like I'm at work. I ain't got time for you, because I thought to myself, I know you personally, and I know you went and got pregnant so you can stay on food stamps and welfare. What type of mentality is that? Something's wrong when you think like that. I met a woman this summer, 64 years old. She's working a security job, trying to get as many hours as she can. Says she's sick a little bit. And I thought to myself, I says, well, how come you haven't applied for early Social Security? She gave me some stupid excuse. She was homeless. She told me the reason why she was homeless is because she got evicted. She said that she did something with her landlord to keep her place, and he still evicted her. And she said because of the eviction, she couldn't get a place. And I says, well, I know a lot about credit. I can, help you with that. I told her, I said, an eviction is a legal thing. It can be removed from your credit report very easily. The courts won't respond if you dispute it, and it gets taken off your credit report. I'm working with her and we're doing this. And I realized she don't have no credit at 64 years old. Absolutely nothing. I've never seen someone at my age who doesn't have some type of credit score. And so I kept digging a little bit and realized she hadn't been evicted. It was something on there from a few years ago. And I started putting the pieces together because she tried to apply for a PPP loan. I was telling her, you have to establish some credit. It's not so much that you have an eviction. You don't have a credit score. And I was telling her about doing the shopping cart trick to try to get a credit card so she could start building some credit. I also told her about PassSplit. PassSplit.com is where you rent a room in a house. Because, honey, you out there in the streets. It's dangerous for you to be out there in all of that hot weather, and now that it's colder out there. Another friend of mine gave her a code to where she got the first week free, and she didn't have to pay the security deposit. We found her a room that was very reasonable, close to her job. I told her, you need to get on that. Oh, well, I don't have the money. I said, you don't need the money. Everything is free for the first week. You get paid next Saturday. You'll have money by then to pay your coming up week. Oh, well, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to wait on the charge card. Why are you waiting on a charge card when you need a place to stay? You still got the mentality that you want to wait on a charge card. What is a charge card going to do for you? Victoria's Secret's charge card. Oh, I guess you're going to buy you some lingerie, and at 64 years old, try to see who else you can trick. I says, you want to wait on the charge card? I says, first of all, you don't even have an address. And in order to do the shopping cart trick, you got to have an address. If they're looking at your credit report and there's nothing on there, what makes you think you're getting a charge card? And why are you waiting on a charge card when you need a place to stay? Let me tell you what she told this friend who gave her the code to get in the first week. See, she didn't tell me this. She told my friend. And when my friend told me, I kind of asked her about it. But she said when she was younger, she was cute and she was beautiful. And she used to sleep with men and get pregnant. And when she would get pregnant, she'd tell them, you got to take care of me, otherwise. And if they wouldn't marry her and take care of her, she'd get an abortion and she'd go on to the next man that would. This woman couldn't get Social Security because she hadn't worked. She had been out here tricking men. And guess what? Who did she hurt? Herself. Because them men that she done tricked out there, they probably got a place to stay. She's out here at 64 working and sleeping wherever, falling asleep at work. She said she fell asleep at work one time. Before she fell asleep, her coworker said, oh, girl, go ahead and take a nap. I got you. And the coworker waited until she went to sleep, took a picture and sent it to the supervisor. She got in trouble. She saying she's so tired because she's riding buses all night or here or there trying to just get some rest. And it's like, you still don't have common sense to realize you need a place to stay. As a 64-year-old woman, you still got the mentality that you want to wait on the charge card. When I look at some of these videos and these women are so entitled, well, you're taking me out, right? Well, I got to look a certain way. I got to have my hair and my nails done. And you're going to pay for that because you want to take me out. Where does this entitlement come from? Just because some man asks you to go out, you feel the need that he needs to get your hair done, get your nails done. Why? He asks you out. You're supposed to get yourself together so you can go out with him. He ain't supposed to pay for your hair and nails. I don't get it. They go out and they want to order all of this stuff on the menu and invite their friends and think the man is supposed to pay for it. Am I missing something? Oh, I must be missing something. And I looked at a video today. Guy took his girlfriend out. She ordered a drink. He said, so you paying for that? And she said, no, you my man. He says, no, I'm not paying for it. I'm your man, but I pay all the time. If you don't pay for this drink, you can't have this drink. Boy, stop playing. Give me my drink. And he's like, I'm serious. And you know what? I don't blame him. Just because he's your man, you mean to tell me you can't appreciate him every now and then and buy him a drink, buy him dinner? Men love to feel appreciated. But these entitlement, whoo, one, she at dinner with her, this new guy. And her girlfriend just comes in and comes to the table. Girl, did you order my such and such? She said, yeah, here. He said, who is she? Oh, this is my friend. And he's like, okay, well, why is she here on a date with us? Because she's my friend. And he says, well, who's paying for her drink? And she says, you are. And he says, no. And he says, who paying for her food? And both of them like, you. And he says, well, she ain't getting Simon. And both of them, she said, she can get whatever she wanted. The girl over there telling me, that's right. She said, because when you take me out, she's part of the package. She's my friend. He says, no, I don't know what y'all trying to pull, but that's on y'all. And he got up and left. And I don't blame him. How does a woman think just because a guy asked her out that she's entitled to bring her friend or have her friend come in the middle of the day and he's supposed to pay for drinks and meal for her friend? I'm 63. I don't know when this started happening. I wouldn't dare expect a man to pay for 5 entrees for me and drinks. I wouldn't dare expect tell a man, well, you asked me out, so I need my hair done. I need my nails done. I need a new outfit. Because that is just foolish mentality to me. So when you're going around and you're saying you got all these baby daddies and you're getting child support and you getting $3,000 in food stamps and no judgment zone, that's just crazy to me. But you know something? All of you all entitled women, what y'all don't understand, when y'all want to be a kept woman, when you get to my age, it's going to catch up with you. I have an ex-friend. She has 2 kids. Last I know, because I cut off, ain't working, on welfare at home doing her. Okay, you might be doing her and keeping money in your pocket. But unless you start paying into Social Security, it ain't going to mean nothing when you get to my age. Have another one. She half working. I keep trying to tell her, you better start working. You better start working. It's a couple of them that live in my building. Wasted their time. And they barely making it on SSI. Because SSI is $900 some. Now I think it's like $948 or whatever. My rent is more than $948. Even them living on a budget, their apartment is a little cheaper. They are struggling. They struggling because I'm a senior. I get a little bit more than them, and I'm struggling. And I say to myself, how do they do it? Las Vegas has such a big homeless population, men and women. And it's because when people are young, they want to scam, they want to fool around, they want to trick this person into taking them out to eat and doing this, that, and the other. And they don't want to work. But then when they realize they need to work, it's a little too late. If SSI is $900 some now, and it does not pay for an apartment now, you think it's going to be paying for one in the future? The video I did prior to this is telling people to continue working, even at my age, continue to do something to bring in more income. It's going to get worse. And for those women who are sitting back, having all of these babies, and they're not trying to do something educational-wise while they're at home, something's wrong with you. Something is wrong with you. Something's wrong with you when you get upset. When the state calls you in and tell you you got to go to work or go to school, and you get upset. Something's wrong with you. How do you make it on welfare? Section 8. My one friend that's got the 2 little girls, I went to her Section 8 apartment. A bad neighborhood, bars on the doors. You go in the apartment, it ain't too much better. It's just, for lack of words, livable. That's okay for some people. But I would think somebody would want to do better for themselves. That's not living. And then you're not working. You're doing hair because you want to stay at home with your kids. You want to stay at home with your kids. But then you put them in daycare. So how is that staying at home with them? No, you're just being lazy. You just don't want to work. Oh, and she's so used to men telling her all the time, oh, you're so pretty, you're so cute. She just soaks it up. And the last time that I was with her, the one thing I realized, she's in her early 30s, and she's an alcoholic. And that beauty is fading. And that beauty is fading fast. So y'all out here and you think you're so beautiful and you look so good and your body is banging and everything. Beauty don't last. It not only lasts, but when a man, a quality man, because most of them want a quality man. They want one with 6 figures. Why would he want you? You on welfare. The only thing you got going for you, you pretty. That's it. There's a thousand women out there that look pretty. What do you have to bring to the table? I stayed with one guy in my lifetime. And when he told me, you gotta go, because he was bringing somebody else in, I felt this small. I said, you know what? I don't know what you was thinking about, because you've always had your own place. But I was having some difficult times then. And he, oh yeah, you can move in and this, that, and the other. It was all a lie. I would rather have my own and struggle in my own than to have any man tell me, get out his house again. That ain't gonna happen again. I will be in the shelter first. I gotta have my own. I don't want to depend on a man. When I was married, and after I had my son, and I was going to be on maternity for 3 months, my husband told me, I'm paying the rent, and that's it. He had a better job than me and worked a part-time job. And you know what? He paid the rent, and that was it. We had a newborn baby, and our gas was off. And somebody in the management office said something like, how do you all have a newborn baby and your husband work, and y'all don't have gas in here with this newborn baby? Again, I felt that small. My husband didn't have a backbone. Anybody could tell him, man, don't do this for her, and he wouldn't do it. And he thought I was going to put up with that foolishness? Oh, no. No. He was allergic to water also? And you think I was going to put up with that foolishness? No, as a woman, you got to want better for yourself. You got to, when men think that they in charge with their little money or their big money, and they punishing you because you a stay-at-home mom, or you on maternity leave, who wants to put up with that mess? Not me. I said, I learned very early. I'm not having a bunch of kids. I had that one. And I will be working for me. So when they start talking stupid and crazy to me and don't correct themselves, I can talk stupid and crazy right back to them. And if they don't like it, we went our separate ways. But I can take care of myself. I can get my own apartment. I can get my own car. My husband didn't want me to buy a new car. The car that we had, if he didn't put the battery on the charger when he come in at night, the car wouldn't start the next morning. And he going to work, and I got to figure out how I'm going to get the baby to the babysitter and how I'm going to get to work. So I went to buy me a new car. He wouldn't get out we were in his van at the time. He wouldn't get out the van. He wouldn't come look at it. And he told me, I ain't worried about you getting no car because I got to sign off on it. You my wife. Baby, I think he forgot. This was in the 80s. It wasn't back in the 50s. He didn't have to sign for nothing for me. I had a job. See, back when, in the day with his mama and daddy, his daddy probably told his mama that to keep her in line or something. When I came out of that dealership with my keys in my hand and told him we had to go around the corner and I had to drive my little car up there to the lot to trade in. I ain't gave you no car. I don't know. You just joking. I said, well, here are the keys. What do you mean I'm joking? He was upset. How did they give you a car and I didn't sign for it? I said, because, baby, I got a job. I got credit. When you have a job and you have credit, you can get the same thing that your male counterpart can get. You don't have to sit back and somebody tell you you can't get a car unless they sign off on it. And somebody tells you, I bought that car. Get out. Leave my car. You got 4, 5 kids by him, and he's telling you to get out of his house, take your D kids with you, and leave the car. You ain't got a job. You don't know where you're going with these kids. Y'all got to be pretty crazy to me to be comfortable like that. I couldn't get comfortable knowing that the one guy that I stayed with, I couldn't get comfortable in his house. I couldn't. Because in the back of my mind, I knew if he tell me to get out of his house, I got to go. So women, y'all young, fresh, cute, nails, hair done, banging body, all of this. Enjoy your life. But you better get you some education. You better get you a job. Because these apartments, for you guys, except for Section 8, they ain't cheap. They're not cheap. And when you get to my age, if you have not worked, I feel for you. I do. So keep up your mess of feeling entitled and thinking he's supposed to pay because you my man. Some of them are claiming you my man on the first date. He asked you on the date, honey. He didn't ask to marry you. He didn't say, I'm your man. He asked you on a date. Where does this entitlement come from that he's supposed to pay because he asked you on a date? I don't get it. But y'all better stop this foolishness. Because right now, it's fun to you. When you get some snow on the roof, you're going to think about what I said. Be blessed. Enjoy.